quest for the cup is just around the corner. The postseason is taking shape, and the playoff race is heating up more than ever.
Lucic gains the line, the shot scores! Milan Lucic with his biggest goal of the season!
Boston is clinging to that final wildcard spot in the East, but hot on their heels is a Hamburglar and a hungry Senators team looking to steal it away.
Don't. He's it back. Weirkoch waiting. Now shooting. He scores. Patrick Weirkoch wins it 2-1 for the Senators.
It won't be an easy task as Ottawa welcomes Great 8 and the Caps to the nation's capital.
Alexander the Great, the rightful goal-scoring king of Washington.
It's Washington and Ottawa, Toronto and Boston on Hockey Night in Canada.
Hello, Canada and hockey fans, United States and Newfoundland.
Good Saturday evening and welcome to hockey's biggest night. It's Hockey Night in Canada. Lots of games on lots of networks. The Toronto Maple Leafs and the Boston Bruins on CBC and in Punjabi on Omni. And the Washington Capitals going to Ottawa to face the Senators. Senators need these wins. That game available to you on Sportsnet. Late game tonight, which is a Battle of Alberta, means an awful lot to Calgary, and so you know that means even more to Edmonton. We'll keep you all caught up to date with Nick and Kelly and Elliot. But first, let's ship up to Boston, where Scott Oake has brought a friend. Scott?
George, I could give you the lineup news and notes, but why would I when I got a real Bostonian here to do it? Dave Allen's on the ice crew at the TD Garden. Dave, why do you think Boston wins tonight?
Because the Bruins don't lose in their own barn during playoff time.
Lineup changes for Boston.
Talbot in, Campbell out.
Lineup changes for the Leafs.
Who cares? They're going to lose in Boston.
Who's the Bruin player the Leafs have to worry about the most tonight?
Lucic, he's an animal come playoff time.
All right, Dave, thanks very much. You passed the audition. Someone from Human Resources will be in touch with you soon.
Excellent, thank you.
Now to Christine Simpson in Ottawa.
I feel lonely. I don't have a sidekick. Thank you, Scott. With just 5 games left, there is really no room for error for the Ottawa Senators, who right now sit 3 points behind both Boston and Detroit in the East. Now, when asked his message to the team, Coach Dave Cameron said it really hasn't changed. It's to focus on what we can control, and tonight that means finding a way to beat the Washington Capitals. And for Andrew Hammond, it means finding a way to stop the league's top goal scorer as he faces Alex Ovechkin for the first time in his career. And what a week of individual milestones it has been for the Capitals. Barry Trotz with his 600th win, Ovechkin getting his 50th goal, becoming the franchise's all-time leading goal scorer. But ask any of them and they'll tell you, it is all about the team. And with a regulation win here tonight, they can clinch a playoff spot. In net, it'll be Braden Holtby with his 22nd consecutive start, and that ties a franchise record. George?
Thank you very much, Christine, and Scott, and Dave, who is Dave. The Bruins don't lose in their bond.
That was Oak's best opening ever.
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
What are you going to see in the Bruins-Leaf game tonight?
Well, you know, I could mention Brett Connolly, and the Bruins have been looking for a replacement for Ginla, and he came up with 2 assists. But who cares? The Bruins are going to win.
I'm not going to talk about the Leafs because nobody cares about them. They're going to lose tonight. Chara is he's starting.
I'm glad I'm back.
He's starting to play some of his best hockey of the year. I'm curious to see if it continues.
Now, in Ottawa, not to put you in a box, but let's talk about the goaltending. And
well, I always do.
Yeah.
Well, Andrew Hammond, you know, here's a guy that when he came up, I think all of us were excited for him, right? But I think most of us expected after about 5 or 6 games there's going to be a big drop-off. Certainly after 10, that's typically what happens. Hey, it's game 18. He's 16-1-1. Give him credit.
And not only this, Ottawa fans get to watch their own games. They get to watch the other game because they're going to have an impact on how they played out. So keep it locked and cranked, my friend, because it's Hockey Night in Canada as we enter the final 60 games of the regular season. They all matter. CBC, Omni, and Sportsnet. Opening Faceoff is next.
Find your game. at sportsnet.ca/skate. Brought to you by Scotiabank, proud supporter of over 5,000 community hockey teams and Canada's 5th season.
Welcome back to the Canadian Tire Centre for another must-win for the Ottawa Senators as they host the Washington Capitals for the third and final time this season. And the Senators are hoping that the third time is a charm as they've dropped both previous meetings by a 2-1 margin. The most recent, February 5th here in Ottawa, where all the scoring was confined to the second period. The Senators, of course, bolstered by the story of the season, rookie goalie Andrew Hammond. He's won 16 of his first 18 starts, but tonight he faces the hottest goal scorer in the league in Alex Ovechkin. When Hammond was asked what the book was on Ovechkin, he said, "I don't think there is one." Bob Cole and Gary Galley will have tonight's call, but first let's send it to PA announcer Stu Schwartz.
And now, please join Lyndon Sluich as he performs the Star-Spangled Banner at O Canada. Et maintenant, joignez-vous à Lyndon Sluich pour l'interprétation des hymnes nationaux.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. Car dobrose porte le veille, il sait porter la croix. Quand il soit une épopée des plus brillants exploits, God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for
And so here we are, a week away from the last games of the regular season. So many close races and a big one here tonight. Ottawa can hardly afford to lose another hockey game. Braden Holtby has been pretty good for the Capitals this season tonight. He looks for his 100th career win. Andrew Hammond has allowed only 2 goals in his last 2 games. He has a 180 goals against average and .940 save percentage. There's Hammond getting ready. Our referees tonight will be Tim Peel and Steve Kozari. Working the line, Scott Cherry and Michel Cormier. Ottawa in red, trimmed with the black and white. Come to center ice with Pau Turris, Stone and MacArthur on the wings. Carlson and Mathon are the two defensemen. And for Washington, Carlson and Orpik on the blue line. Kuznetsov, Ward, and Alex Ovechkin starting up front. Tip through center ice, and the Capitals will get the zone, but not for long. Dumped out quickly, and Brooks Orpik is back, and the crowd is turned on already as the puck is just barely dropped. Here at the Canadian Tire Center in Ottawa, back quickly is Orpik. Around the net, played it off the boards on this left wing. Ovechkin didn't see it to make a pass on it all the way down the ice, and the first change is occurring 30 seconds into this first period. Carlson whipped it around his own goal for Mark Mathon. Coming on for Ottawa with a long lead pass. That was good for Mark Stone. Rolled it into the corner. Coming after it is Condra. Tried to pick it up, but the Capitals are going to clear the puck. Backstrom comes to center. Up over the Ottawa line. Tried the shot. It was blocked. And the Sens cover. They're going to move it right away. Three of them line up to come to center ice. It'll be Turris who'll dump it in at the end of a shift for him, though. He's gone off at the bench. Just underway in Ottawa. No score, no chances yet to talk about. And we played only 1 minute and 15 seconds. Ottawa having to come back quickly on the puck as Condra. Whipped it ahead. A good play for Pajot. Skating to center. Off the boards with the puck in deep. And getting back is Tim Gleason. Whipped the pass away. That was chopped down at the blue line, but the Caps. Eric Fair was on it. Prevented anything from happening. Pass cut through center for Chimera. Shooting it in for Washington. Out of the net. Hammond. It's centered. Got away with one there. Now the shot. He has to stop two in a row. He left the net. Could have been bad, but it's okay. No scoring by Washington. They had 2 or 3 pretty good chances. Right there. Hammond electing to come out and play it. That's been done. Eric Fair is on the puck to get it down the ice again. Ceci made the first play. This is Zibanejad. Up to center, in over the line, offside. That little weave as he hit the blue line, put the winger offside.
Well, sometimes goalies, they like to feel a shot early. They just know that they're in it. Well, Hammond creates that issue for himself. Good job by Chimera getting in there and blocking the puck that Hammond goes to throw around. Then it's a shot to the net from Gleason, a nice pad save, and then another save right after that from point-blank range. So you make a mistake, but you recover from it. You get out there, and you don't just get out there. Right to the top of the blue paint, and a couple of big saves for Andrew Hammond.
Legwand's line is on. Chiasson on the right side. That'll be called back right away as they shot it in.
Living in the moment. Dave Cameron telling his guys, absolutely, they're 24 hours segments. Every day, everything changes in the standings, everything changes in your locker room. You got to stay in the moment, stay with it, play your best hockey, shift to shift.
Face-off. Won by Ottawa, but nobody could get free to get a shot away. Taken away by John Carlson. Fed the puck down the ice at center ice. That was knocked down by Lyke. Carried on, shot. Just missed on that short side. Ottawa turning back. 3 of them are up there. Chiasson got it in. Chiasson went to pick up the puck and got away from him, really. Now he's on it again. Takes a little bump along the boards from Tom Wilson. Long shot in, deflected wide of the Washington net. As Carlson at the blue line. He fades back now to pick it up. As it crawls back near that line, they're going to call it icing. And they'll bring it all the way back inside the Washington blue line.
In order to get on the type of run the Senators have been on, you need it coming from different people, from different times. And here, Clark MacArthur, who's been out of the lineup for an extensive period of time with a concussion, gets a big goal in Detroit. Stone then buries it in the shootout. He had a number of opportunities. And then the other night, Patrick Wierkosh, who's been in and out of the lineup trying to find his game, he scores a huge overtime goal against the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Turris line back on again for Ottawa. Stone and MacArthur all up for the face-off. And won by Turris to the corner. MacArthur got in there first. Back to the blue line it comes. No shot from there. Everybody covered. Greiba had a notion to let it go, but he was checked very closely and made the right move. Stone stepped over the line. In the good spot. Scores! Mark Stone is a hot hand. Ottawa.
This whole play comes from a poor line change and a smart heads-up play from MacArthur. Look at, he looks, he sees them all, a five-man change, he gets it right up to Stone. Turris takes the defenseman down low, leaves an open lane for Stone to drive into, and he takes it. What a heads-up play from MacArthur. Turris drives through, backs off the D-man. Stone steps in and just roofs this thing top shelf. Has he been some kind of hot?
You know, Gary, that was a hot shot. You're talking about being hot. That was a bullet drive, a wrister.
He's feeling so good about himself. He got his 20th goal the other night. Big shootout goal winner. He has really elevated his play for the Senators.
And he's in again. Can't get a shot away the way he wanted. He was guarded pretty well. He did put it on the goal. So then this is his 21st goal. MacArthur got the assist. 3:21 the time, Ottawa. Exciting this sellout crowd here Saturday night with the first goal of the game. And they're in on the play again. Fighting hard is Clark MacArthur trying to get it loose for Turris. He'll step up. Puck is loose in the corner. Turris went in there. Back it comes. MacArthur took a shot. Hit a crowd in front of the net and then cleared off the boards and out to center. Greiba was back waiting for the puck. Over there is Werkosh. Now, loose coming in is Condra. Gets set. Condra on an angle. Pass in front. Good play by Condra, but the goalie is down. Holtby, and he's going to hang on to this. But this is a pretty good start for Ottawa.
Is it ever? Big play there in front by Mike Green. Stone's been one of the hottest Senators, obviously, and I'll tell you what, just smart heads-up play. He leads the league in takeaways. He's had 3 goals and 8 assists in his last 9 games, and these are big games, and you need big game players. And for the Ottawa Senators, for the last 2 games and the start of this one, it's been Mark Stone.
At the blue line, a long shot that's just wide of the net as CC wristed that one right away. Capitals get the puck out of the zone. Gleason took a swing at it. That's down the ice. The goalie just played it away from the net area. In on the play is Brouwer, though, for Washington. Trying to get loose. He was covered by CC. And then around the net, Pajot. He leaves it. Werkosh fed it over this way. Ottawa trapped a little bit. Washington trying to get that lead goal back. It's 1-0 Ottawa, the first goal of the game, and Cody Ceci comes away to center ice with a high shot off the blocker of Holtby. Green is back for Washington. Swinging away is Johansson. Got the puck up to center. That was broken up. The 2 teams are changing as the play goes on, and Ottawa's looking sharp. Coming in on the play again. Good play by Schmidt to get in close. In around the net, picked up by Bobby Ryan. Back to the blue line. Carlson has it. Lost control. It's okay. It's still in there. Smith made the play. Screen shot is stopped in front of the net. Pass back by Smith again. Over here is Carlson. Wristed that one right on the net, and Holtby made the save. Up to the corner. What a start for Ottawa. They keep coming, looking for another goal. They're ahead 1-0. It comes loose, however, and Chimera is up on it for Washington. Almost put himself offside. The play goes right on. We're nearing 6 minutes of play in the first period, and a pretty good pace for Ottawa to start it. Fear nearly lost it at the blue line, then recovered and shot it in for Chimera. Comes out all right, and Hammond was ready for that. And he gets a hand every time he stops the puck.
Curtis Glencross was a late addition to the deadline, right before the deadline for the Washington Capitals, and they were looking for someone who could chip in with a few goals here or there, and he scored 4 goals in his first 7 games. He's been a bit snake-bitten since then. He hasn't gotten anything in his last 7, but here, a nice drive to the net. He picks up the pass from Chimera from out behind. Hammond tracks it down, makes a save, and no rebound.
Face off deep in the Ottawa zone. 1-0 Senators. Goal by Stone, his 21st. Long shot from the line by Alzner was away wide of the goal. Like went in to try and pick it up off the boards. He's covered and lost that chance. Senators playing at both ends of the rink well. That pass down the ice failed to click. Barely missed. Chiasson chased it, took his man in on the boards. Tom Wilson. And again Hammond out of the net to make a play. They don't clear it out. Long shot from the blue line is blocked. 2 Ottawa Sens are on it. Here they come in over the line. Brought back Chiasson. And that's off the second high. Good play by Ottawa. They're skating fast. Chiasson had a good chance.
He has creeped into the Calder Trophy talk as the Rookie of the Year, and what a rookie season he's having. And one of the things we talk about is his goal-scoring ability and creativity, but also the ability to take pucks away. He leads the National Hockey League, not rookies, every National Hockey League player he leads in takeaways. He uses the longest stick he possibly can, although a short blade, but he makes it work. Real creative player. He gets his stick in the lanes, great hand-eye coordination. You got to be careful when he's around. He'll pickpocket you.
Face-off controlled now by Ottawa, and John Carlson flipped it up on the glass. They'll have to come back, though, as they couldn't get the puck out of the zone. He's with Orpik. Orpik played it ahead, tipped at the blue line, and Carlson took the puck. Fed ahead through center ice. Ottawa checking well. They're leading 1-0. Shots are 4-3. Ottawa at this stage, just past the 7-minute mark. Coming on is Nicholas Backstrom. Turns away from a check, got it back to the line. No shot coming, but they're in deep. And the play had been called. The goalie was bumped. Hammond is slow to get up. And I do believe the referee down deep has called a penalty.
Alexander Ovechkin is wondering why this goal isn't counting, and it's coming out as it looks like Ward is going to go off for goaltender interference here. We'll watch him. He comes in, he's battling with Mathot, and he shoves Mathot into Hammond's path. And it's one way, you can run into the goaltender yourself, that's goalie interference. If you deliberately shove a player into him, that can be goalie interference as well. Hammond has no way to be able to make a save here as he gets pulled into the pile. And then the Washington Capitals get an advantage. So Senators power play.
There's Ward in the box. Now Carlson with a shot. Nope, he faked it well. Got it back to the line. Weirkosh's shot is blocked by the crowd, and Weirkosh is coming back for Ottawa. First power play of the hockey game. The Sens have it. They're on the move, leading 1-0. Dumped in wide of the net. In very quickly as Bobby Ryan overskated the puck. Got another shot at it. Back to the line of Carlson. Carlson with a big crowd, so he doesn't shoot it. Zibanejad does. That's a nice save by Holtby. Stays inside that blue line. Bobby Ryan is bodied off the puck by Niskanen. And Washington will clear it the length of the ice. 8-minute mark. We've just hit it. First period. Shots are 5-3. Ottawa, they're ahead 1-0 on the Stone goal. Down to center is Turrison over the line. Dropped it to Stone. Back out front. Good play. MacArthur shakes loose. He's going to get a penalty called against Washington as he crawled in and then was grabbed. He centers it. Missed everybody up the blue line. Look out. Big crowd. Shot is knocked down. Wide of the net. Washington gets to touch it. And here comes the penalty. A two-man advantage coming up for 50 seconds for Ottawa.
Little hook in as it's not going to impress Coach Trotz at all. MacArthur does a good job getting this puck, and as the Senators take it into the zone, MacArthur just hangs on, and then the stick of Fair gets caught all inside him. I'm not sure that he did it on purpose, but it just got in the wrong place at the wrong time. MacArthur draws the penalty, and they're going to have an extended 5-on-3 as the puck just seemed to skip over the top of the stick of Erik Karlsson on the backdoor feed.
50 seconds left on the Ward penalty. Hooking against Fear. He's in the box. Ottawa's leading 1-0, and they're on the go with it. Back to the line, winning the faceoff. Carlson looks ahead, passes off. MacArthur looks, fires, hit the goal post. Comes off the post to him again. Back to Carlson. Getting ready, comes in, another shot from the other side. That's deflected wide of the net, and Turris has it. Back out to the line again, back into Turris. Zibanejad is out there, over here to Carlson. Zibanejad! The shot blocked, rebound, cleared away by Holtby. But he put it high, and that's going to be a penalty against the goaltender. He flipped the puck with a stick, having made a good save. Bad break for him, though. It got over the glass.
It's unraveling right here halfway into this first period as the Washington Capitals have gotten caught up in some penalty trouble here. And Barry Trotz has no argument on this one. This is a clean call. There's nothing you can do about it. But the call on Fear is the one he's arguing. You see what happens? You make a bad call, and now you get caught in this, and the puck is rolling as Holtby looks to just dump this into the corner. He's just trying to get it out of harm's way, and the puck flips up on edge, and when it does, it's almost like a pancake. It gets under that blade, and he just lofts it into the netting.
Tough break for the goalie. Barry Trotz, Washington Capitals, they're down 1-0, and now they're down 2 men. for at least 132, unless something else happens here. Here's the face-off in the Washington zone. Turris leans in for the draw and is ready for it. And he wins it too. Back to the line to Carlson. Carlson passes off. MacArthur takes a look at the net. Shoots, scores! 2-0 Ottawa. We know how you feel, Barry. We know how you feel. And we know how this crowd feels. 2-0 lead early in the game.
He missed 18 games with a concussion. Since his return, he's only played, this is his 5th game. This is going to be his 2nd goal to go along with a couple of helpers. He had the big goal in Detroit the other night. And here, take what they give you. The pass from Carlson, that'll be his 23rd power play assist. He's got room to look. He likes what he sees. He's got a little bit of screening from Stone in front. Take the chance, take the shot, and he does, and he buries it.
Now remember, Gary, it's still a 2-man advantage for Ottawa. The first penalty to Ward is over. There's still a 5-on-3 Ottawa. What a chance to break the game open early. And down they come with a 2-0 lead, and Carlson is setting it up at the blue line. Carlson with the puck again. Down it goes for Leguan. He looks at the net, and he was going to shoot, decided not to. There's the drive. That's blocked. It's kept in there, and Ottawa all over the place. Carlson waits. 2-man advantage. Passes off. Back he gets it, and the shot is deflected wide of the goal. Maybe hope he got a stick on it anyway. To the line again. It's Carlson and Bobby Ryan. That shot whistled high and wide on the glass. 2-0 Ottawa, and they're all over the place inside that line on the power play. As we come up to the halfway mark of the first period, there's Bobby Ryan. Right in, passes off, score! Listen, it's 3-0 Ottawa. Zibanejad gets on, and this is dynamite hockey by Ottawa.
They have come out ready to play. Bobby Ryan played at his lowest amount of ice time in the last game versus Tampa Bay, 12 minutes and 59 seconds. He hasn't had a point in 5 games. He's had a couple of good shots in his power play. He walks to the middle, he waits for it to set up, he locks in Alsner like he's going to fire, and then he lays this thing right into the sweet spot of Mika Zibanejad, and he lets it fly. You cannot stop this puck, because if you do, Holtby's going to be there. You got to let it go right away. Pass is perfect in the back of the net. 10 minutes into the first period, Bob, we got a 3-0 lead for the Ottawa Senators. You've got to score on your 5-on-3s. Ottawa gets 2.
And they're still on the power play, folks. 50 seconds left in that third penalty. And Kyle Turris with the puck through center. Up over the line, gives it to Stone. He got the first goal, passes back this time, and came out over the line off the stick of Ceci. Ceci takes the pass again and comes on. Up it goes to Turris. Turris in over the line, dropped it for Stone. Into Turris, in behind the net. Turris looks out, pass it in front. Another great chance. Down the tubes, that time goes. They miss the net. Stone gets over in front and hit a leg and missed them. And gets back out, and Werkosh was back. Ottawa relentless with their pressure, coming on Turris. That shot deflected wide of the net, and Brouwer turns and rattles it hard down the ice. Zibanejad's 20th from Ryan at 9:56. It's a 3-0 lead for Ottawa. That's what this sellout crowd came to the building to see tonight. Boy, are they getting it. 3-0. Shots are 10-3. Ottawa. Boston home to Toronto tonight. And everybody in this building is hoping for a Leaf win down in New England.
That's a first.
Crowd at the puck in the corner. Taken away by Niskanen. He got it near the line. Not out, coming back in. Lazar can't get a shot. He's tied up. Stopped at the line though and kept in by Mathot. And Washington, head spinning, come back. Killing off that last penalty. Now let's see if they can get something going. Ovechkin is on the ice and missed the pass. Down again across the line for Leguan. Leguan spinning around. Got the puck in for Alex Chiasson. He's trapped and held along the boards. Ladder tried to get it loose for Washington, but it was Leguan bringing it back out. Poked the puck ahead a little bit. Shot across in front of the net. Ovechkin was there. He slammed it on the board. Didn't get anywhere. Leguan stopped it. Ottawa staying on the puck. It's kept in for Chiasson. Back to the line. Another chance. That shot is caught by Holtby. 3-0 Ottawa. You're watching Hockey Night in Canada on Sportsnet. 3-0 Sens. Ottawa with an even strength goal and then 2 power play goals. The 2 goals in a span of 53 seconds.
Well, if you've turned your TV on a bit late getting home, you've missed a lot. Bing right there on a nice play from Clark MacArthur to Stone when the hottest Senator buries it, and then a couple of power play goals from MacArthur and Zibanejad. They were 0 for 10 in their last 2 games in the power play, 2 for 22 over the last 5 games, and they buried 2 here in the first period.
So Washington will have to regroup. It's a big regroup here in the first period. They're down 3-0. Can't make any more mistakes, and Chiasson is going in again. From the corner, he kicked it up to his stick. He's kind of guarded very well in there, though, and he can't make too many moves. It is Leguan who plays it back, though. Leguan gets the puck again to the blue line with a long shot fired in by Ceci and Black. He's up again. Rolled it off to the corner. Ceci stays right there inside the line. Puck in deep to Hoffman around the goal. Centered it off the goalie's stick. Cleared away by Glenn Cross of Washington and down the ice. Senators keep coming, though. That's Hoffman. He was hit hard and knocked down. Play goes right on, and the Capitals control themselves inside their own blue line and just wait for something to happen. That'll be good. They line up the goal, and the long pass is deflected. Out of play near the Ottawa line. Let's visit again with Christine.
Well, Bob, Sportsnet is home to the game's biggest stars and best games. Visit sportsnet.ca/schedule for matchups, channel listings, and start times.
6:30 remaining in the first period.
Only 3 shots for the Washington Capitals. That's it.
And it's been some time since that 3rd shot.
They've been receiving for quite a while.
Have they ever? Some of it, terrible news. Light comes in over the line. Got the puck in deep. Chimera swinging in behind him. Sends. Clear it to the line. Now it'll be out and fired down across center. That hit Ryan, so no icing. And Holtby is out of the net to play it. Capitals get it going. The pass was behind Brooks Reich, and that'll be icing called against Washington.
I mentioned only the 3 shots for the Washington Capitals, and believe it or not, they don't need a lot of shots to score goals. They've only had 39 shots on goal in their last 2 games. They've got 8 goals on those 39 shots. They've got some real snipers, and it doesn't take much to get on a roll with the Washington Capitals, especially when they got a guy who's scored 470 for them in Alexander Ovechkin.
Sens keep winning these faceoffs too. Mark Stone shot the puck off the boards. It comes back to Choros. Lost it. Cleared out of the zone by Chimera for Washington. But MacArthur was waiting for that, and he turns inside his own line. Leaves it for Greiba. Got to center and shot the puck in. Sens send everybody up after the puck too. So they can ill afford to make a mistake inside their own line, the Capitals. Washington coming close to clearing it, but that's all. And in deep again is Mark Stone. He'll pick it up and try to get in front. Lost the puck. The Capitals cleared away. Ovechkin couldn't stop that and got all the way down the ice. 3-0 Ottawa here in the first period. Capitals need to find a way to get the next goal for sure. 5 minutes left to play now in this first period. Backstrom circles back. Comes on toward the line. Dumps it in as he crossed center. Weirkosh was waiting for that and got away from Ovechkin. Or did he? Ovechkin stole the puck, then lost it. And it's cleared out and down the ice. That's Mike Green back for Washington. He and Gleason. The 2 defensemen, and Gleason takes his pass. Looks ahead. Throws it at center ice. where Brower was, but he didn't find it. And the Sens take over it again. Right through center. Pajot had it on a stick for a split second, and he took a hit. Now he's headed off on a change. Capitals regroup. Little play ahead by Johansson. He was tripped up a little bit, and the play was allowed to continue. He couldn't get moving. It's inside that Ottawa blue line with 4:05 left in the period, and Alex Chiasson delivered the pass to the boards on the left side for leg one. He is stopped, and the Capitals get the puck ahead. Out comes Kuznetsov, got up over the line and lost it. Sens get back in their checking roll, which has been good. 3:45 left in the period. The puck frozen along the dasher board. Carlson takes a poke or two. Couldn't get the puck. It's off the stick of Alzner and outside the line. Capitals want to change. It is shot in okay by Kuznetsov. That line gets off. 3:25 left in the period. Ottawa again on the move. A shot coming in from a difficult angle. Zibanejad couldn't get the rebound. Big crowd behind the goal. And the scrap started near the bench at the other side. That's Tom Wilson throwing punches.
Two tough customers. Wilson, a pretty big lad, and Borowiecki, no stranger to dusting it up. As I think Tom Wilson's just trying to get the momentum of this game turned around. You've got to try something, and that's one way to do it.
Well, they bumped near the boards. Few words. Away we go.
Down the league. Zach Parese's 31st made it 1-0 Minnesota, but what you see right there is Riley Sheehan tying it up with his 13th of the year. Tied at 1. Back to you, Bobko.
Wilson and Borowiecki are off for fighting. And we have 3:12 left in this first period.
Regroup if you're the Washington Capitals. Get out of this period, get your breath back, and then start chipping away. This is a team that can score goals. If you're Ottawa, stay out of the penalty box. That's where the Capitals can dial you in. They've got the best power play in the National Hockey League, and they proved that in Montreal the other night when they had 3 power play goals.
Still only 3 shots recorded by Washington. And Ottawa has 3 goals. Face off to the right of Holtby. Face off 1-1 Washington this time. Carlson played the puck immediately out to center ice. Tipped near the line, but brought back in, and that's a hand pass, stopping the play this time.
Well, the valuable asset of Carlson. I mean, what a second half of this season he has had. He brings such rhythm and speed to the Ottawa Senators. A game like this, when you get up 3-0, you know he's going to cut his risk down altogether and just play that all-around game with himself, because there's no reason to take big risks right now with the lead.
Mathot dumped the puck in for Ottawa. And in quickly is Bobby Ryan. Ryan gets ready to make a play from the corner. He's pushed around a little bit. Can't get away from Orpik to make a decent pass. Shot around the net, though, and Ottawa keeps pressing. They're leading 3-0, and they want more. Zibanejad passes off and a long shot right through the crowd and stopped by Braden Holtby.
Sometimes a coaching change can make a huge difference. You look at what Barry Trotz has meant to the Washington Capitals. Well, in mid-season, Dave Cameron replaced Paul McLean, and for the Norris Trophy winning defenseman, you look at the games played, and the time on ice maybe is a bit less, but the production is just zoomed up forward, and for some reason he's playing a much better, more well-rounded game under Dave Cameron, and looks to be enjoying himself on this stretch run that they're having.
Turris won the face-off, back to the line. CC's shot is on the net, and Holtby saw that all the way and caught it. No rebound, so they'll do it all over again in that big circle to his right.
Well, you mentioned Turris winning the draw, Bob. He's been doing that a lot in this first period. He's won 2 or 3 of them with his feet as well. Very creative once the puck hits the ice. Remember, you can't use your hand to go down anymore. And he's relied on his wingers to come in a little bit, but he's protected himself by blocking out Backstrom, blocking out the centerman, his opponents. And one draw has led right to this.
Face-off control by Ottawa, or rather Washington. They clear it out and down the ice. They managed to get it in, but No problem for Weirkosh around the goal. Set it up neatly, and three of them skate to center. Stone brings it on. Shot over the line and in deep. Capitals are all back. 2:10 left to play in the period. And here they come, led by Alsner, up over that Ottawa blue line. Comes in after the shoot-in. Won't get to the puck. He's covered right away. Sens are all back, three of them in the corner, and Weirkosh comes up with the puck around the goal. On the other side, he passes off to Mark Stone. Oh, he's going to get hit at center ice, and he did. Hard hit on Stone, shook him up. He stays on, though. Ovechkin lost the puck inside the line. From the blue line, it was tipped with a high stick, maybe. Yes. And the referee calls the play for that high stick.
Yes, he's got 52 goals. There's no doubt about it. He leads the league in goals, and he's almost leading the league in scoring as well. But the one thing he also has, 241 hits. He does not shy away. He weighs about 230, 235 pounds, and good on Mark Stone to get his head up at the last minute. Good clean hit by Ovechkin. If he catches you, he's going to run through you. Again, the Washington Capitals, you look at the Wilson fight and Ovechkin throwing the hit. They're trying to create some energy among their bench and get going here.
Johansson, Backstrom, Brouwer for Washington. On the puck and coming in hard. Capitals set it up, a long shot, gloved by Hammond. That was a hard shot, too, from the blue line, just inside the line. It went high, and it was rising from Tim Gleason, and Hammond made the save.
I always ask goaltenders, how do you feel when you're not getting a lot of action? Do you feel comfortable? Remember, he made back-to-back saves on a turnover he had very early in the first period. This is only his fourth shot, so not a lot of action, and that one was a frisbee he pulled out of the air.
Brouwer passes back, and to Green shooting, and that hit a leg and went high. Didn't get to the net. Kept in by Washington. Green at the blue line. Backhand pass to the other side near the boards. Coming in after Johansson. He's around the net. Trying to swing out in front, and was Pocek. Lost the puck and got it back. Shot it around the net. And the Sens finally cover up. Get it near the line. They're still leading 3-0, so they clear it. Did it get out? No, it did not. Now it's cleared to center ice. And the Capitals have to come back. Johansson was bumped off the puck. Sens keep the puck inside the line. From the blue line, Weirkosh stick handled in close to the net. Comes out in front of the goal and couldn't get a shot. Had a stick lifted. The last second, Brouwer cleared it away. Capitals try to get one goal, coming in hard. And a little backhand fired by Wood Fear, and he couldn't get the rebound. Fear stays in to look for it. Comes back out, and the long shot by Carlson is grabbed. So Hammond is finally getting tested, and he is showing his stuff again.
Well, my crack statistician told me 13 minutes in between shots. That was the last shot he had before these two. And again, it started in the Washington end, and for the first time, a Washington Capital gets loose, and it's Eric Fehr who cuts in on the backhand, and he makes a save on the backhand. He does get the rebound, but that thing trickles wide. And then John Carlson, who had 3 assists in the Montreal game, a career high, gets a look at a pretty good shot. And Hammond just gets that one right in the breadbasket as Chimera battles Weirkosh.
Hammond is 16-1-1. And there's another save by him.
You can't call it fluky anymore, Bob.
Oh, it's no fluke. The guy is sharp. I talked to him for a little bit this morning, and when he was leaving, he came over and spoke to me again, and I said, "Are you having fun?" He said, "Having a blast." So he's a cool customer. He's a good goalie. More than good, really. He's darn good. And he's leading in the first period 3-0. Shots were 13-7 for Ottawa. Coming up in the first intermission, Ron MacLean and Don Cherry in the coach's corner. So the score here in Ottawa after one period. Ottawa 3, Washington 0.
It's time for the Budweiser Red Light Scoreboard. And let's get to the two games Senators fans are keeping an eye on. The Toronto Maple Leafs and the Boston Bruins. No score at first intermission. That game is on CBC. And of course, the Red Wings and the Minnesota Wild, they are tied at 1. Just over 13 to go in the second. That game is on City. Now to call the second period, here are Bob Cole and Gary Galley.
And a few scoring changes. I'll roll them through quickly. Stone for MacArthur and Greiba. then MacArthur from Carlson, and Zibanejad, then Zibanejad from Ryan and Carlson. The 3 scoring plays of the first period, Ottawa 3, Washington no score. Puck knocked down at the blue line, and that's all Ovechkin could manage with that. Didn't know where the puck was when he knocked it down. He was turning the other way. In that Washington zone, Ottawa again attacking. Puck given up though and cleared out of the zone quickly by Ward. Shot was wide of the net. Ovechkin waiting over there on that far side near the boards. Carlson sees him, skates the other way. MacArthur plays it back for him. Back down the ice, a nice pass for Chorus. He got in, and MacArthur chased the puck around the net. MacArthur tried to center it and lost it back there. The Capitals are going to clear it out. Brouwer takes it up over center, dumps it in. The goalie comes out, knocked it away from him, but Brouwer caught up to the puck. It did squirt out in front of the net, but clearing it quickly for Ottawa was Condra. Werkosh dropped it back. Pass by Ceci. Missed everybody and down the ice it goes. No icing. It's somebody near center. Play alive and in back of that net. Capitals try to clear it. It went high over the net to this near corner. Alsner played the puck ahead as far as center ice. That'll go in deep all right, but Eric Condra is back to pick it up for Ottawa. Played it hard on the boards to center. Tipped in there by Ryan. Gets the shot away, and that's deflected off a stick that'll go out of play. Up over the glass.
Well, if you're getting to us late, we'll get you all caught up, or maybe you just like seeing your team score some goals, and the Senators got 3 of them. Mark Stone labels one glove side on Braden Holtby, and then MacArthur picks the same spot on that glove side and puts it underneath the crossbar, and a nice one-timer by Zibanejad. Those were on 5-on-3s, and you got to score on those, and the Senators did that exactly, and that's how they've got this 3-0 lead.
And those 2 goals, Gary, came within the span of just 53 seconds.
If you don't score on your 5-on-3s, that usually finds a way to bite you later. So good on the Senators to take advantage of it.
They did it twice. This is Chimera getting in there with a backhand from a sharp angle, mind you. At the line, Green dumped the puck ahead. In around the net is poked loose. And Borowiecki made sure it got out to center ice. That's Zibanejad carrying in. Drops it back, kind of a blind pass. Ottawa can't control the puck inside the line. It's cleared out to center ice by Green, and he was upended. Got back on his skates quickly, but lost the puck. The other way for Bobby Ryan, and on goal. He stopped, rebound, stopped again. Ryan then flipped it behind the goal for Zibanejad, out to the blue line. Stopped right here by Mathot. High shot knocked down behind the goal again. Ryan trying to work it out front. He's caught back there and covered. Eric Fehr for Washington gets the puck down the ice. That'll be Mathot circling in front of his own goal. Long pass. Off the boards and tipped in and just missed by Legwand. The goalie Holtby out to play it the other way. Ottawa. In fast was David Legwand that tried to get the puck. Lost it behind the goal. It's dumped down the ice. Ottawa turning back again. Legwand fell, spinning around at center ice. Mathot back, being careful back there. There's Chiasson on the puck, trapped, got it again and got it out of the zone a second time. He had to pass the puck out, and he did. And Hoffman circled back. Now away they go to center. Dumped in over the Washington line. The goalie is going to play it. Coming up is Latta. Got to center. Dumped the puck in. That's a sign to change for Washington. Latta, the first one gone. His mates are still on. They're forechecking hard inside that Ottawa blue line. Sprung loose by Wilson. Back out front, Ottawa nearly cleared it. It's in deep again. Behind that Ottawa goal. Werkosh. And away they go. Ceci got to center. Flipped it ahead. A little bit too far for Mark Stone. Cleared again down the ice. That's Ward. Dropped it. Broken up. Sens cleared. Good move by MacArthur. Stone dropped it back. Torres spin around, and a long pass eludes everybody down the center. It goes. A race for it. Ovechkin getting loose. The backhander shoveled in there by Ovechkin and caught by Hammond. Couldn't quite get away for a shot.
A couple of good opportunities here. Nice stand-up by Borowiecki. That's one of the changes that the Senators have made. They're more aggressive in the neutral zone, and that led to Bobby Ryan shaking off Chimera, and a real good scoring chance right there. And when Alexander Ovechkin is on the ice, you can't afford to throw pucks backwards, especially at a guy like Greiba, who's not, he's not a skilled puck-handling guy. It bounces by him, and now he's in a foot race with the grade 8. I'm going to give it to the grade 8 every time.
Long shot from the blue line, hit the goal post. Cranked in from the line by Johansson, and he hit the post.
Things are all falling in the Senators' way. The hockey gods are looking at him. This is an absolute beauty coming from the blue line from Johansson. He's asking the referee to have a look at it. He thinks this thing is in, and we'll have a look at it and slow it down if we have to and see if this thing just indeed did go in, but I don't believe it did. He lets this thing roll, and it comes through about 4 or 5 people, and it catches the post and then comes right across the top. I don't even believe it catches the other post and goes right out. What a C&I puck that was. That came through about 5 different depths of screening.
Face off won by Washington. Another long shot, this time by Alsner. That was deflected away from the net. The goalie might have had a piece of it. Circling away as Brouwer played it back to the line again. Washington's Brouwer dumped it ahead to nobody in particular, and the Senators were on it. They can't get the puck out right away. Now it's cleared over the line. Brought back in by Backstrom, and that'll be called on the offside.
Congratulations to North Saanich, British Columbia. Kraft Hockeyville 2015. Thank you to all those who participated. Brought to you by Kraft Dinner.
He has a pair of 2-1 wins this year versus the Ottawa Senators. He's only allowed 2 goals in those 2 wins. 63 saves on 65 shots. He leads the National Hockey League in games played, minutes played, over 4,000 minutes. But tonight, they've stung him 3 times.
Here, Chimera, Glenn Cross on for Washington. They get the puck in deep. It's behind the net. Nobody quite knew where it was, at least not right away. Then they got in, was caught up in the mesh.
Bad bounce off the glass. Good on Hammond to stay in his net. Braden Holtby, what a pillar of strength he has been for the Washington Capitals. Absolute workhorse. And tonight, you can't really fault him on the goals. 2 5-on-3 goals, and he's going to stick with them. He's one of those low-pulse guys like Carey Price, and when you look at his numbers, man, they rank right up there in the National Hockey League. Certainly, he'll be one of the names mentioned when they start to look at the Vezina Trophy, of course, along with the likes of Carey Price, Pekka Rinne, and what a season Devin Dubnyk's had.
Coming up to the 6-minute mark of the second period, and it's Ottawa controlling the faceoff. Weirkosh flipped it ahead, got it to the stick of Smith, and it did get out. Centering pass to Smith, off his stick, just getting ready to fire. That shot is knocked down. Bobby Ryan, a low, weak shot, really, but Holtby had to be ready, and he was.
Big, heavy, physical team are the Washington Capitals. They've got 4 players with over 200 hits. They like to play real hard on you, and the Senators are doing a good job using their speed to cut in and out and play havoc in the Washington zone. There's a couple of good opportunities. Zach Smith cut in and just lost his handle on the puck. And again, pucks to the net, bodies to the net. That's the way you score goals. That's the way you win games. It's one thing that the Washington Capitals haven't been doing. Barry Trotz has mentioned that their 5-on-5 play has lacked a little bit of zest in it. It's lacked traffic and pucks going to the net. Where they have been stinging their opponents mostly has been on the power play. That's what's been helping them win games of late.
Face off this time, won by Washington, and Brouwer takes off. Gets the shot away, and it was high one, too. And Hammond going down, reached up, caught it, held onto it. No rebound whatsoever, not a chance.
Well, that for a first period. Senators directed 32 pucks towards the Washington Capital net. That was just in the first period. Only 14 coming towards Andrew Hammond. Only 7 of the shots hitting the net, and he's handled all of them so far. Only 1 here in almost 6 minutes in the second.
Face off to the left of Hammond after that save. Leg wand for Ottawa on the draw. Washington getting a warning. But that's all. Backstrom stays there, and here we go. Now he's going to be thrown out, I do believe. Backstrom leaves. So Brouwer will step in and try to win it. Leg one does. The puck, the scramble for it. Capitals come up with it. Brouwer fanned on it. Shot comes in front of the net, near the blue ice. Cleared in time, and Chiasson fell. Got it as far as the blue line. Lost his stick, trying to check his man. Puck is in deep behind the Ottawa net, and over here to keep it in as Carlson around the goal on the other side. It'll be stopped by Brouwer again. He's ready at the line, doesn't shoot it. Passed off to the blue line. And they just stay outside now. Ottawa having a tough time finding the puck on this shift. Turned back by Johansson. Still has it under control, leaves it for Backstrom, centered it. Here comes a shot, and that's blocked. It comes to the blue line. Orpik fed it ahead. Another shot, score! Johansson just turned and shot it. You could almost tell something was going to happen for Washington. They were very aggressive on that last shift, and finally, Johansson was in a great spot.
Well, the stick breaks on Chiasson, and that causes some issues. There you see it on the right of your screen, and they never really recover for it. They start chasing around, and Backstrom, he's such a great passer. Look at this pass he throws out from behind the net over the side of the net. That doesn't get through, but then Johansson turns around. And remember, he hit the post earlier in the period on a real bullet from the point. He turns around kind of the same area where Clark MacArthur was. He doesn't get as much on it, but it fools Hammond and finds the back of the net, and the Washington Capitals are on the board.
19th goal of the season for Johansson. And that could be a very big goal for this Washington team. Ovechkin is on the ice now. Ottawa will have to be careful. Ovechkin is going to shoot them all every chance he gets, and that one was right on. And Hammond made the save and held on. You're watching Hockey Night in Canada on Sportsnet. We're in Ottawa. The Cameron family is a solid, great family.
Tell you what, that is some kind of toughness.
Long shot from the blue line was close. Washington fighting back here in this second period. They have a goal just now from Johansson, from Orpik and Carlson at 6:26 of the period. The score is 3-1 Ottawa. Sens can relax. Got to keep the foot down. Puck is out of play.
You know there's going to be a bounce back. You know Washington's going to eventually get some end zone time. It's if you're the Senators, how do you handle it? Most of the games they've been playing in have been these tight games, 2-1, 1-1, going in late in the game, or they're games where they've had to come from behind and win. And the Senators find themselves with it had a 3-0 lead. That's a different kind of management of game that you got to have. But for the Washington Capitals, you're down 3-0. Just keep attacking, get more offensive end zone time.
Face off won by Ottawa. Pass gets out over the line, and Ryan couldn't control it. So the Sens bring it on. Again, it's Ovechkin coming along the right side. Two defenders on him, knock him around a little bit, and he loses the puck. Flip down the ice. Zach Smith catching up for Ottawa. Got some help. The pass is over in front of the net. The Sens can't take advantage. And Ovechkin is coming in on goal. He shoots, and it's stopped by Andrew Hammond. There's a big test for Hammond. Ovechkin broke loose. Great speed. Turned. Took the shot. And there's Hammond.
One of the things that Barry Trotz has tried to get Ovechkin to do is come deeper into his end. He's going to come all the way into their own hash marks because you can build more speed, and it's more difficult for guys to stay with you. Erik Karlsson, I think, just loses him. He doesn't judge the speed properly. Erik Karlsson is a great skater, and you should not be beat on that. That's two he's gotten loose on. He got loose on Greiba, and he got loose on Karlsson. The third time, you're not going to be so lucky. He's going to bury one.
He really got free that time, showing a great burst of speed. He's so strong, turned and fired, and Hammond had him cold. Still 3-1. Ottawa, they get the puck to center. Weirkosh decides to shoot it from there. Hoffman is up on the play, and he won't get it. Caps get it out of the zone, but getting back quickly was Leguan, and he turned with the puck. Played it ahead, it's in over the line, but Mike Green takes over for Washington behind his own goal. Hopping up there on him, got away from him, got the puck out, and down the ice, it'll come right into Hammond. He's gonna freeze it right there. He sees Lotta coming in. We have an update for you, or at least George does. George?
Thank you very much, Bob. Yes, just 19 seconds into the second period. Patrice Bergeron picks up his 22nd of the year. And what you're seeing now is a 1-0 Bruins lead over Toronto. Back to you, Bob.
Well, Ottawa fans won't like that news, George, but they're leading here 3-1. Not much they can do about the Boston team.
You can only look after what you can look after, and that's what's going on right in this building. There's lots of game left here, half a game.
Backstrom leans in to win this face-off for Washington. Stopped at the line. Orpik over here with a long shot fired in by Carlson. Not hard. Off the goalie and behind the net it goes. A scramble for the puck. So Hammond dives down on it and hangs on for dear life. Washington getting stronger, though.
Washington Capitals starting to win some face-offs now. And here one goes back to Orpik. It's going to come across to Carlson. And it's going to land in the back of the net. And pucks shouldn't be able to sit on the back of the net like that. They're supposed to be tighter. You want them to fall off. And the referee will allow players to knock that puck off the back of the net. You can't just stand there and protect it. So it gets knocked off. And it bounces into a very delicate spot. Good job for Hammond to get out and get it frozen.
Eric Fehr on the face-off now for Washington. They've been winning a lot lately, as you say, Gary, but this time it's knocked loose by the Senators. Bobby Ryan made shortcut out, a 2-on-1. Smith dropped it. Here we go. Smith was over there open, but he didn't get the pass in front from Zibanejad, who tried to score on the short side. And he was in too tight, really. Didn't look that dangerous. And again, Hammond will smother the puck in the blue ice in his goal crease.
When a puck gets rimmed off a face-off, like you're going to see right here, this is a rim puck coming around. Orpik pinches, you've got no help, none whatsoever, and Zibanejad is coming, and this creates a 2-on-1, and I really was surprised he tried to make the pass on his backhand. I would have liked to have seen him shoot it the first time, but it gets blocked, it comes back to him, and he does get a good opportunity on it. But for Brooks Orpik, that's a tough pitch to make in a 3-1 game when there's not a lot of support there.
Kuznetsov tied up his man, but the Sens are going to get the puck. Knocked loose by Mathot, but he's caught right away. One hand on the stick. Carlson is there to get the puck and get it out. Ottawa to center. Dumped in by Clark MacArthur. He'll come up. MacArthur skated by Niskanen, and he got the puck ahead for Washington. Up to center. Mathot was pinching in a little bit there. Now he's headed off on a change for the Senators. Back in front, Turris. Quick shot, stop. In front again. Loose puck. Turris is upended. Declared one of the penalty caller, getting nothing. Ottawa turns and shoots the puck back in. Halfway mark of period number 2 is coming up, and now the play is stopped.
What a scramble in front of the Washington Capital net. It's one of the areas that Barry Trotz has really wanted to clean up this year, was how they play in their end defensively. Added Niskanen and Orpik has really helped. But boy, this is a scramble out in front, and the Ottawa Senators get it out in front of the net. Alsner's laying on his stomach. Ward comes in, and he takes down Kyle Turris, and that's what upset the fans here at Canadian Tire Center. They thought that should have been a penalty for sure, as Turris was going to turn around and try to ram that back into the net.
Poke back in over the line, and just as quickly back out to center, where Werkosh turns around. Werkosh backs up at his own line as he sees them coming again. Backstrom brought it in, shot tipped in front of the net, and Hammond saw it and made a pad save. Johansson on the boards, back of the net, trying to get it loose. Brouwer is there to help him. Washington taking the game to Ottawa at this juncture of the second period. However, it's rattled loose and played outside the lines. Zibanejad got the center and dumped it on the boards in deep for Bobby Ryan to catch up. He didn't get in there. Backstrom takes it for Washington. He was bumped, spun around, and couldn't control it. Ryan knocked it loose. It's behind the net, and back for Ryan again in the corner. He tried to play it back, but it's broken up. It'll be cleared by Brouwer of Washington. Got a pass away. It floats down the ice off the boards, and that's going to be called icing against Washington. Again, George Stroumboulopoulos with this update.
More bad news for Sens fans, as you'll see right here. Nyquist picks up his 26th goal of the year. This one's a power play one from Kronwall and Tatar, and the Red Wings have a 2-1 lead over Minnesota. Guys?
Thank you, George. Again, Washington trying to get something going here in the second period, have scored a goal. Johansson got the goal at 6:26. Johansson, that was, Marcus. Ottawa attacking again with the crowd in front of the net. So the pass was back to the blue line. And there again, Condroy. Got it loose, got it free. Batted on the boards and stopped at the blue line. And swept in behind that net again by Carlson. Lazard tried to pick it up and lost that chance. Out comes Green. He'll get the center and shoot it in. Signal to change for Washington. The Ottawa Sens get it down for Lazard to cut in front. He did get in off the boards, but then took a hit and lost the puck, and the thought will bring it back to his own goal. He'll back it up the other way with White checking him. It comes outside the blue line. Taken away quickly by Latta. Again, he's just onside at the line. No, he wasn't. Called on the offside. You're watching Hockey Night in Canada. We're in Ottawa. We're on Sportsnet.
Dave Cameron doesn't like to look too far ahead. He likes to stay in the moment, the 24-hour rule. So, Dave, we'll look for you. Here's the schedule for the Ottawa Senators, their last 4 games of the season after tonight. And a look at the 2 teams they are chasing down, the Boston Bruins and Red Wings. If I'm looking at these 3 schedules, I would say the Red Wings have the easiest schedule. But they are the team that has been struggling the most of those 3 teams. So we'll all have to wait and see as it plays itself out here in the next week and a half.
In this second period, Washington taking it to Ottawa a little bit. They're out shooting them 6-5. They have the only goal. So it's 3-1 Ottawa, and the Sens on the move. Back in over the line and handling the puck well. Lazard couldn't quite make the pass. He got in the way, and now he has to try a back check. And he is back there to stop the puck at his own blue line. Curtis Lazard left it from a thought to center. Flips one in. The Caps are all back, no problem for them, with Ottawa changing the boot. 8 minutes left in the second period. Carlson made the first play down the ice for Washington. Got over in front all right, but Kuznetsov didn't get very far. Torres didn't get far the other way. So now he'll take the puck just out over the line, and he was bumped a little bit and couldn't catch up to it near the Washington blue line. Kuznetsov shot the puck in over the line. It came off the boards right back to him and backhanded just wide of the net with that hard one from about 20 feet out. Caps are keeping the play coming inside that Ottawa blue line here in this second period. And last play by Ward, a hard backhander, and he didn't miss by much. Goalie Hammond didn't see it. It was gone by him and off the glass. Now from center ice. Caps move on. Stopped by Backstrom. Shot it in. Hammond again has to hang on to it. No further play. Again, let's go to Christine Simpson.
Well, Bob, tomorrow on Rogers Hometown Hockey, it's the Senators versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. Plus, Ron McLean hosts the pregame show live from, believe it or not, our final tour stop right here in Canada, Ontario at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific on City. Bob?
So Ottawa will leave after this game tonight for Toronto. Get ready for that game tomorrow. First, this game tonight. Boston leading. Last word we had, 1-0 over Toronto. Zach Smith trying to catch up to the puck for Ottawa. He won't do it. He'll stay in there though, cause a problem or two, but the Capitals come on. Turning back is Backstrom. Swings to the line, lost it. Zibanejad nearly got a break. He was slow getting out of the zone with that loose puck staring him right in the eye. And he would have been gone all alone had he been able to take off, but he couldn't do it. Johansson backed it up inside his own line for Washington. Green is over here. His partner, Gleason, carries on with the puck. And when he got to center, shot it in. Comes off the boards, and the Senators are having trouble in their own zone. Green winds up for the shot. Screen knocked down by the goalie. Rebound in front of the net. Backstrom nearly got a chance to score. Brouwer played it over on this side. All Washington now. Coming to the blue line, and the pass ahead. Green waits. Sharp angle. Came off a skate. Kept in, though, by Chimera. He turned it back along the boards. And it finally gets out of his own to center ice. However, it'll be brought in by Orpik of Washington. Takes a look. The backhand pass was blocked. He knocked it down as it came high to him. Chimera behind the goal, trying to get loose. Greiba all over him. It comes loose, all right. Glencross couldn't clear it. It's off the boards behind the net again. And cleared off the boards by Greiba. It's still inside the blue line. The Sens hang on and finally get it out and down the ice. In quickly, the shot by Condra was wide. He had a great chance, moving in fast and got the puck loose. Just missed the net. He had the goalie moving the wrong way. Still 3-1 Ottawa with 5:05 left to play in the second. And Hammond down on the puck, smothering it. Backstrom getting a chance of his own. And he's always dangerous, you know. Save. Welcome back to Ottawa. Andrew Hammond playing his 20th game for the Sens. He has a 180 goals against average.
Well, he's been spectacular since he was called up and has been helping the Senators. Has been really the biggest reason why they have turned this thing around. They seem to have a comfort playing in front of him, and he seems to have that relaxed mode and the poise that he doesn't get caught up in the moment. And I think the team feeds off of that, and they never feel like they're out of it.
Carlson takes the puck around to his own goal out of harm's way and shoots it away. Down the ice, and Alzner backs up. Starts Washington back. Up on the play is Niskanen. Got the pass. Comes in for the shot. Stick save for Hammond. Off the boards. Ottawa slow getting to the puck. The Capitals keep beating them to the puck in that zone. That's dangerous. Kuznetsov plays it. He takes a little bump from behind. Cleared to the line. The long shot is deflected. Missed the far corner. Not by much. Sens can't get the puck out of the zone. Now it'll be out. Galloping away to center ice. Carlson in over the line with a shot on. Rebound comes bouncing out in front of the goal. Sens are on it to keep it in deep. However, Carl Alzner for Washington and Niskanen. Matt Niskanen just waits for the change to be made ahead of him. 4:05 left to play in this, the second period. 3-1. Ottawa leading. And Zach Smith on the puck to get it in deep. Getting help from Bobby Ryan around the goal. Smith comes over to help him. Smith knocked it down. Fight for it though. Ryan got a stick on it. He lost it. In that big circle, Zibanejad is pushed off the puck. And the Capitals take over, get it to the line. Not out. Kept in for a moment. Niskanen then cleared it out over the line. Zibanejad was there to play it back. And the Sens drive it in deep. 3:32 left to play in the second period. Niskanen takes over. Soft pass ahead. It's batted on the boards, but they don't get very far with that attempt. However, at center, Johansson had a chance. He missed it. Brower played it this way. Backstrom gets away from the hit. It's in deep, all right, but off to the corner, and Brower will get him a bunt. There's going to be a penalty against Ottawa. A hooking call coming with 3:12 remaining in the second period.
Well, the one thing that the Washington Capitals have not had tonight, and the Senators have, and have scored 2 power play goals, has gotten a power play. And they will get one here with 3:12 left in the second period. And I've already talked to you about how potent this power play is, as right here a drop pass from Backstrom, and the stick of Legwand gets in on the hands of Johansson, and that's the call. And 3 power play goals versus the Montreal Canadiens, which is a top 5 penalty killing team, and 4 for 12 in their last 5 games. So this is a team that can strike you hard on the power play.
Washington's power play on the road is second in the National Hockey League. They're first overall, but here on the road, actually they're third on the road with 23.6% efficiency. That's a great power play, as you mentioned. Now, Ottawa will be tested. They'll have to start from their own zone as the Sens win the face-off and clear it down the ice.
16 minutes, 48 seconds.
Matt Niskanen brings it out of the zone for Washington. Drops it back. Now they try to set it up over the line. It came off Ward's stick and got in deep. Ward didn't get that second pass, and the Sens are going to take it away from him and get it out of the zone. A good play by Pajot to get it down the ice. It's been a great penalty killer for Ottawa. Now Niskanen steps up to center ice. Flips the puck in over the line, and here they come. Green gets in deep and around the goal. It comes up on the boards on this side. Kept in by Joel Ward, but it's going to be cleared by Kyle Turris of the Ottawa Senators.
The timing of the power play was that Backstrom and Ovechkin were coming off the ice, so they had to wait to get him back on, so they didn't start this power play.
1 minute left on the power play. 3-1 Ottawa. Sens have to shut him down here. Pass comes back to the blue line, no shot yet. Passed off here in this side for Johansson. Slipped it ahead. He heads for the net. Pass got to the blue line again, and Niskanen gave it up. Niskanen gets it back. Looks ahead. Comes over here to Backstrom. He comes in, no shot. Niskanen does. Right on, a hard shot high and stopped by Hammond. Big rebound cleared on the boards, but at the blue line, it bounces out over the line. That's offside. 33 seconds left on this power play for Washington. So far, so good for Ottawa penalty killers.
You got 52 goals sitting on the top of the circle. This guy can bring it. Pajot is leaning all the way, covering the one-timer pass to Ovechkin. So he decides to go to the net here. They've got a great passer on the down low, Backstrom. He can find guys. So if you lean too much towards 8, they'll find somebody else.
Back in over the line, Washington Capitals in the power play. Along the boards, broken up by Kyle Turris again, but he couldn't get it out. Stopped out there by Carlson of Washington. From that side, Carlson is at the line. Takes a look. The shot. That's deflected wide of the net and cleared quickly down the ice. 10 seconds left to kill. 8 seconds left to kill. Ottawa doing it great. And Ryan Stone was knocked down. No call. On 1-1. Not getting one. Penalty is over. Teams at full strength. And the play comes right into the goalie by Johansson. Harmless enough, though. Just floated into his glove, and Hammond hangs onto it.
What a confidence builder for the penalty killers of the Ottawa Senators as Mark Stone gets in, and we've talked about his takeaway ability, leads the National Hockey League. He takes it away from John Carlson. And I'm not really sure if Carlson trips him or if he just loses his footing. I think the stick gets maybe underneath that left foot and causes him to go down. No call on the play, but I'll tell you what, a really solid penalty kill by the Senators as you're approaching the end of the second period. A Washington goal there would have been big.
Eric Fehr can't win it. Zibanejad played it hard. Ryan didn't get the puck out. Zibanejad did. It's all the way down the ice, and that'll be a face-off back in the Ottawa zone on a long icing play. And here's Christine again.
Well, Bob, it's time for the Budweiser Red Light Scoreboard again, and Senators fans are going to want to know this. James Van Riemsdyk has tied it up in Boston. They are tied at 1 on CBC, and it's Gus Nyquist giving the Red Wings a 2-1 lead. Bob?
Thank you, Christine. 3-1 here for Ottawa. It continues to be an Ottawa game. However, Washington appears to be coming back in this period, but time is running out now. 40 seconds left. Johansson has their goal.
Well, they were outshot 13-7 in the first period, and Ottawa had those long 5-on-3s, and the shots are 19 apiece. So certainly Washington has kind of scratched and clawed themselves back into this game. They've had some offensive zone time. And played pretty good in this second period, so the third period should be a doozy.
Right now, the game shots are 19 apiece. So in this period, Washington has been outshooting Ottawa. It's 12-6.
Well, he ranks 13th in the National Hockey League in total wins, but he got his 600th the other night in Montreal, and he's up with some very elite company, Joel Quenneville, Hitchcock, and Ruff, and never met a player that played for Barry Trotz that didn't have nothing but great things to say about him.
Face off. Won by Ottawa, but it came outside the line, so they had to tag up. That's done. 30 seconds left in the period. Washington with one more chance on a rush by Backstrom. Got up near the line, and he was checked. And then Carlson took over. Played back for Carlson by Mathot. Sens look very organized coming down on this rush. Pass comes in from MacArthur right to the goalie. 9.5 seconds, and watch it, they get roughed up again a little bit. But the linesmen are in, they separate them. Palman possibly. 3-1 Ottawa.
Well, there'll be some line changing going on now as coaches are jockeying to get their face-off guys on the ice. Who's winning the draws right now? Really important. 9.5 seconds, plenty of time.
Eric Fair will try to win it for Washington. And Zibanejad is on there for Ottawa. Face-off is controlled by Zibanejad. Back to the blue line. And we're down to 4 seconds. And the puck is cleared out and down the ice. So that's the end of the second period. The shots were by Washington 12 and by Ottawa 7. Game total 20 for Ottawa and 19 for Washington. 3-1 lead for the Senators. Coming up in the second intermission, Saturday's headlines with Damian Cox and Elliot Friedman. After 2 periods, Ottawa leads 3-1.
It's time for the Budweiser Red Light Scoreboard. Well, the Toronto Maple Leafs and Boston Bruins still tied at 1 as they begin the third on CBC. Zach Parise has scored to tie things up between the Red Wings and the Minnesota Wild in the third period. That game is on City. And now we'll send it up to Bob Cole and Gary Galley.
And this game here is a close one too. A 2-goal spread, however, and Ottawa leads Washington 3-1.
So the next goal is very important, Bob. Ottawa gets it. It could spread it out just enough, but if Washington could strike next, boy, things will tighten up quickly.
For sure. Well, we're underway in the third period here in Ottawa. And the Capitals trying to get the puck in. High stick knocked it down. The play continues already to center ice. And again, Mathot stopped it and shot it in. It went right to the goaltender. And the Capitals come back, a giveaway. Stone dropped it back quickly. Ottawa attacking. That shot fired in by Clark MacArthur and is off his stick and out of play over the glass.
Mark Stone, they say a rolling stone carries no moss, and I'll tell you what, there's none on him as he has been absolutely on fire. Here's some of his work. He and Hoffman are 2 young Canadian rookies. They both have 20-plus goals this year, and that is the first time that has happened in quite a long, long time, that 2 Canadian kids. You got to go back to 87, 88.
Face-off won by Ottawa, and they're on the play right away. It's shot in wide of the net by Mathot. Big crowd in there, and Zibanejad digs it out, turns around, centered it, right off the skate, however, of Backstrom. And he cleared the puck to the line and out. Sends her back, looking a little more organized to start this period. Zibanejad from center ice dumped it in over the Washington line. Matt Niskanen started back with a long pass. Coming in on this side is Johansson. Can't catch up to the puck. Carlson for Ottawa. Johansson on him. Stopped him over there on the boards. Green shot one at the net and missed it on the far side. It was a low shot and partially screened. Backstrom tried to center one. The Senators backing up in their own zone again, and Washington sending in the forecheckers hard. Thought started them off this time and got it out for Condra. Across center, bats the puck in. It's around the Washington net. Gleason picked it up. He had to back it up around the goal again. And Green fired one up to center ice. Glenn Cross was up there, didn't get to the puck. Back in for Condra of Ottawa. Takes his man down. Pajot comes at the net, and he had to go behind the goal. Pajot there, and he took a hard hit, but he got loose again. Pajot back to the line with it. Fired in deep again around the net by Greiba. On the other side, Ottawa looking sharper. In after the puck and trying to center was Chiasson. Bumped twice, 3 times by Gleason. Gleason got it loose from him, and then it was cleared out by Chimera to center. Sens were back to pick it up. Hoffman stopped that one. Got on the move, but the puck on the other wing was shot in, and the goalie came out to play it to Green. Capitals try to organize. The puck is down as far as center ice. Shot in high. It's on the glass and in play. Up quickly, Chimera. Fired that puck around the Ottawa net. Sens are all back. The crowd is chanting again and get them going. They're leading 3-1, but they have to be careful with this explosive Washington team. The puck comes loose, a long pass to Hoffman. Just missed it up the blue line. went in to pick it up. It was bumped in there by Carlson of Washington. And the two defensemen clear the puck down across center ice. Stealing it, coming in is Like. Right in on goal. The rebound, stopped by Hammond. Cleared it away. Big save, his biggest of the game, I'd say. Down the ice for Turris. Up over the line and backhanded the puck in. Got away from the hit. Threw on himself. The puck loose. Latta picks it up for Washington and gets it out of the zone. And it's just played along the boards in deep. MacArthur back, circles, had to back up. No, that was Stone who played it back. That started them off, and down the ice across that Washington line again. Play broken up. Stone is on the move, but offside across the blue line. Linesman didn't like it, and I'll tell you, right behind him was MacArthur calling it a safe play, but it wasn't.
Brooks Laich comes cruising right in, and he's got lots of space, and it's a good thing he was a left-hand shot. It gave Hammond a little better advantage scientifically wise of the right side, certainly more net to look at, and a good save by Hammond. I think you're right, Bob, one of his better ones of the night.
Considering the situation, 3-1 Ottawa, Washington dearly wanting to get this next goal and climb back into this game. The thought was back to move it up on the boards. It's going to be Zibanejad again. He's had a strong game. Played down the ice. Bobby Ryan couldn't pick it up. But right behind him, it was flipped back by Smith. Ottawa looking better coming on the attack. The puck loose in front of the Washington net and cleared out of the zone by Matt Niskanen by going back with it to his partner. Alsner will come on and then play the pass up the center. From there, it's dumped in. Sends her back. And quickly on it. Borowiecki didn't get very far. Stopped by Backstrom. Tried to swing in, put the pass over for Ovechkin. He made a good move to get free. Then was caught. Puck hit something and bounced high and cleared out over the line to Condra. He got it down the ice to Pajot. Can't get a shot. Still has the puck though. Knocked it loose. Ottawa attacking well. Long shot off a stick. Kicked out by the goalie on the left pad save. Big save by Holtby that time. It's still 3-1 Ottawa. And now back down the ice for the Capitals. In over the line. A hot shot fired in by Brouwer. Too high and wide of the net. Comes out to the line. There's Gleason. Threw it in there. It was tipped near the net. Washington coming close, but Hammond has the net covered again on the short side, giving no room.
Senators spring Jean-Gabriel Pajot on a nice little feed there by Condra, and good on Mike Green to get in on the angle. Great skater, doesn't take a penalty, keeps the stick loose. Good job there, and of course here's a nice deflection. Condra on the pass, and that deflection, and Holtby with the kick save and tracks it right across the top of the paint.
The faceoff is deep in the Ottawa zone. 3-1 Ottawa, nearing 6 minutes of play in the third. Toronto has tied Boston in Boston. And George is watching that game for us. He'll keep us up to date. No shot coming from the line. There's one that's blocked. And Orpik just barely kept it in onside. Racing over there is Legwand, takes his man hard in on the boards. The puck is there. Legwand couldn't get a stick on it, but it comes around the net for Weirkosh. He'll have to go the other way against Chimera, who was checking hard in the corner. Back out to Hoffman. Ottawa away with it. Hoffman coming down with Chiasson to his right. Hoffman tried to cut inside and lost that chance. Kept the puck in for a moment though. Now it's out and cleared by the Capitals up over that Ottawa blue line. Coming hard is Jason Chimera. Takes his man in on the boards, but it's cleared out and down the ice for Torres. Not very far in the first attempt, but now in the second one, he is forechecking as Nissen came back to take the puck. Played out and down across center ice. Long shot, bounced back out to center ice. A little scrappy between the two blue lines. Picked up and shot in by Carl Alsner. Mathot takes his man. The puck free on the other side. Turris knocked it a little further away for Mark Stone. Down across the line and just shoveled the puck in deep. Niskanen on it again and played it ahead for Kuznetsov. Swings away from everybody. Up over the line and couldn't get the shot. And there again is Zibanejad. Down the ice with a pass to Ryan. Tried to cut in, trying to get around Green, but he couldn't get inside. Behind the net, Zibanejad was bumped. Gave it up. And it's cleared back of the goal again. The Capitals get organized deep. 7 minutes gone in period number 3. Ottawa leads by a score of 3-1. Backstrom took the pass and fed it over here. 3 of them go in. No shot coming there. Green came up to help on the play and lost the puck. Brouwer got it for a moment. Shot around the net. Center! It's in the goal! It is in the goal! The net bumped high. It stayed on the morning zone. The referee is adamant about it, saying that Green gets the goal, and it's a 3-2 game.
Mike Green does a really nice job of getting up in the play, and then he backs himself out and finds another hole right out in the slot where no one picks him up. Oftentimes, that defenseman who gets involved in the action offensively sometimes doesn't get picked up at all. And right here, Mike Green is wide open, and Troy Brouwer is in the crease. He is in behind Hammond. We'll have a look and see if he has any contact with him at all. As Gryba's kind of pushing him, he's fighting for position, and I think he runs into Gryba, but he is in the crease behind him. And that is a tough call if you're Andrew Hammond trying to move around. I mean, I'm not sure Gryba pushes him in there as he's going in kind of on his own, but nonetheless, this is a goal. They're going to count it, and Mike Green buries it. This is a tight.
They're in again, and the shot fired by Chimera is grabbed. A 1-goal game here in Ottawa now. Ottawa leads 3-2. You're watching Hockey Night in Canada on Sportsnet.
2 more must-win games coming later as Hockey Night in Canada continues tonight at 10 Eastern. The Flames are fighting for their playoff lives against the Oilers, that one on CBC. And the LA Kings are in an equal battle as they host the Colorado Avalanche on Sportsnet. Both games coming up at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific.
Well, you can be the judge of this. Is Gryba pushing him in? I don't think he's pushing him in. I just don't understand why he can be back there. I think that's goalie interference, and I'm not sure why they didn't call it. I guess they would have thought that Gryba shoved him in there.
It was scored by Green, his 9th of the season, from Backstrom and Brouwer, and a brand new game here in Ottawa.
I gotta tell you what though, very little argument from Hammond, very little argument from Dave Cameron or any of the Ottawa Senator players. But Brouwer is moving towards the crease. Gryba's trying to keep him out without running into the goaltender. I get that Gryba's probably more in the way than Brouwer, but Brouwer is in behind him. How is he supposed to move around? Like, referee deemed it that way.
Face off, won by Washington, and it's set up at the line for Brouwer again. He shot it into the corner, and a scramble for the puck. Sens come up with it and clear the zone. Down to center, it's dumped in. Here comes Lazar. Sharp angle for him. Centered it anyway. Pajot takes it up the line, made sure it stayed in, but it's going to be Brouwer who'll take over in his own zone for Washington. Nearly gave it away, but they cleared out of the zone off the boards to center and knocked back in by Werkosh. Orpik just played it behind his own net. John Carlson will skate out with it. He'll get to the line, and Orpik to his left. He stays right there, and they're going to go off now on a change. And Ottawa will get a chance to clear it. Set it up for Mark Stone. Speeding down the boards on that left side. In against Niskanen. One after him in off the boards, and getting in front was Turris, but lost possession of the puck as he tried to whip it up into his stick. It's in there by Stone and Turris. Turris shot, deflected high, and that's out of play.
Well, the fans here in this building were hoping that 3-0 lead by the Ottawa Senators was just going to be one of those games and they just rolled along, took all the stress out of the game, and wham, left with 2 points. Not such the case as the Washington Capitals have clutched and scratched and clawed their way back into this hockey game, outshooting the Senators now and only trailing by 1.
In comes Zibanejad to take the face-off for Ottawa. He has been a factor in this game on the puck just about every shift. He wins this draw. The quick shot fired in by Ryan. And Holtby stopped that, so they'll do it again.
Well, it's been some time since Bobby Ryan has scored here, and I mentioned that earlier, March 19th, and a good clean draw by Ottawa, and Bobby Ryan just gets it to the net ASAP. Doesn't get a lot on it, and Braden Holtby, right leg save.
Face off in that same spot, won this time by the Washington Capitals. Cleared out by Alzner. Down across the line, Ovechkin. Here he comes, and he stopped the rebound. That's stopped too by Hammond. Two big saves by Andrew Hammond. It's kept in there, and after the puck was Kuznetsov near the net. However, the Senators get it. It was Zibanejad again, clearing it out over the line, but not very far. So the Capitals organized and come back in. Shot around the boards by Kuznetsov, and he took a hard hit doing that. Now he's in after the puck again. Stops, moves away from a check, keeps control of it, centered, and Alzner came off the line and helped out. But it's going to get to the line and stabbing at it and down the ice. Ottawa getting this break. Turned in front by Smith, and he couldn't get inside to get a shot. The other way for Ovechkin. He centered the puck. Shot is off a stick and wide of the net. Picked up again by Chimera. He centered it. Coming up was Gleason. He didn't shoot it. Played it across the ice. But now look out. Shot fired in there in the crowd and up high over the net. After the puck was Eric Fair. It got loose over there. Fair went over to pick it up and left it for Glenn Cross, who tried to center it, and it was lifted high by Carlson. Down the ice again. Sens knock it down and keep it inside the line. That is Condra. Around the goal, can't center it. It got all the way to center. They'll have to tag up as it shot in. However, it went out of play off the goalie's stick. Wow, 9:53 remaining. Tense game in Ottawa. The Sens are leading 3-2. He leads the league in goals. He's got 52 of them, and they'd better keep their eyes on Ovechkin.
Well, he has 5 shots tonight, and he's also got 5 hits, and there's one of them. He leads all players in both categories. This is a guy that shoots from everywhere. He's got an absolute bullet of a shot. 15 multi-goal games this year, and the 100th times he's done it in his career. He scored against 26 different teams this year. Bob, it took me my whole career to score against 26 different teams.
And he looks so strong tonight. On the bench on this shift. Condra centers one. It got loose for Pajot. To the corner, Pajot. Behind the net for Condra. He's checked off the puck. Chimera couldn't catch up to it to get it out of the zone. Now it rolls to the line and is out. Ottawa getting possession near center ice. Condra hit hard by Orpik, but he played the puck in. Here's Glenn Cross swinging in front of his own net. He gave it up. Got it back somehow and just left it there at the line. It's cleared by Backstrom down the ice. Chimeras coming in after. Played it back. Look out. Gleason shot. That stopped. Went up high off the glass. Deep is MacArthur in his own zone. Lifted one. It got down to center ice. 8:58 left to play in period number 3. Andrew Hammond will smother this, forcing a face-off in the Ottawa zone.
Eric Fair left the ice and went directly straight to the Washington Capital dressing room, and this happened just as we're coming along the boards. He's going to pick up the puck, and as he fires the puck here, he's going to keep battling for it. And as he takes the whack at it, the stick-on-stick action looks like it may have either aggravated an injury that he's already had or something new that he wasn't expecting, but he went right to the room. Wrist or elbow or some kind of strain.
Backstrom won the face-off and got it back for a long, high shot again, gloved by Andrew Hammond. Washington are coming on. They're out-shooting Ottawa again here in this period, 7-2.
Well, look at Alexander Ovechkin. You look at the franchise records in goals as he passed Peter Bondra, points, power play goals, game-winning, you name it. He's done it for the Washington Capitals, and the crazy thing is he's only 30 years of age. He's got a lot of career left in him. He is built big and strong.
Very. Face-off is in that big circle to the left of Hammond this time. And again, Backstrom couldn't win the face-off. Carlson ripped it hard on the glass and got it out to center ice. Capitals had to back up. This is Carlson playing it ahead for Washington. In deep. Backstrom gets in first. Brouwer right behind him. Backstrom and Brouwer fighting hard. It's Backstrom with the puck. Dangerous stick handler for Washington. Got it over here to Green. Shoots the puck and was blocked. It won't get out over the line. Kept in by Backstrom. Shot bounced off a leg and went wide of the net, and then cleared by Mathot out over the blue line. Ottawa on the attack, bringing it on as Turris took the shot. Might have missed the net. Stopped anyway by Holtby and deflected out to center ice, and Werkosh played it back. On this side, Carlson for Ottawa couldn't get too far, but it's offside at the line.
Erik Karlsson fairly quiet tonight. He hasn't been too involved rushing the puck or being caught up the ice. But again, they had a 3-0 lead. There was no reason to take any risk. Now at 3-2, things are starting to tighten up. 8 minutes to go. He has logged a ton of minutes. Erik Karlsson.
Batted in by CC. Holtby, the goalie, out to stop it behind his goal. 7:50 remaining in the third. 1-goal game. Washington coming hard after falling behind 3-0. Trying to tie it up here in the third period. Ottawa fighting for their lives. For the Stanley Cup playoff spot they want so badly. Down the ice though. Played for Johansson. He's in. Gets set. Backed it up along the boards. Couldn't get a shot, he thought. Played it around the net. It's centered. Batted loose behind the goal. Back there, it's Kuznetsov. Hanging on to it, looking out front, and he's stopped by Werkosh. Got it back again, though, Kuznetsov. Takes a look out front. Lots of time to make the move over there with the pass. It's coming on strong. Johansson plays it back. It got all the way to the line, and did it get out? They say no, it's still there. They're tagging up anyway and driven back in. Comes off the boards right to Condra. He was slow trying to move it. CC is on it. He eludes a hit in there. Condra didn't play it. Got back deep in the zone again. And coming back was Legwan. Shot the puck out and down the ice. It's headed for the net, so the goalie's out to play it. Play it up to center ice too. And it got in over that Ottawa line. 6:35 left to play in the third. A 1-goal game. Long shot in there for Hammond. Fired right through the crowd by Brooks Orpik. And a high stick made contact. Wait a minute, a penalty called. 2 of them. Gonna call 2 penalties, roughing probably.
He'll take both guys here for roughing in front of the net. Here, this puck's gonna come to the net around the wall, and as it comes around to the net here, Ward tries to bring it in, and both Zibanejad and Smith cut him off, but he runs straight into Hammond, and for the second time, a Washington Capital player has been in the crease on top of Hammond in this period. Werkosh not liking it very much. When you get a goalie as hot as Andrew Hammond has been, the one thing coaches will tell you is get in his kitchen, get in his grill, get inside that paint, be on top of the paint, bump into him, bang into him, try not to take penalties, but try to get him off his game, and then we'll look at the penalty in front of the net as just a good battle in front. Wilson comes in and gives it to Greiba from behind, and then Greiba gives him a shot, and the referee decides, I'm going to take both these guys. We'll have a little 4-on-4 action here, which benefits the Washington Capitals. A +11 this year, 4-on-4.
Wilson is in for cross-checking, and Greiba got the roughing call at 13:32. Carlson is on the puck for Ottawa. Weaves his way out of the zone easily to Turris. Poked it in wide of the net. One after. Turris was held up in there, and Backstrom turns. Gets it out. It's a break for Ovechkin coming down this side. Can he get inside? Had to put on the brakes, and he has to wait. Back to the blue line with the pass. Long shot by the defenseman Carlson for Washington. He missed the net, but it's kept in. Orpik drives it. Rebound there, and Hammond sensational on Nicholas Backstrom, who was alone in front of him. Big save there for the Ottawa goalie. 5:50 left in the third. Both teams have been changing. Ottawa's Carlson out. He didn't hit center, and he shot it down the ice, and nobody touched it. Not near it, and that's an icing call.
Some teams are just good 4-on-4, and they get good 4-on-4 records. I mentioned Washington a +11 when they're 4-on-4. Ottawa a -1, and this just comes to the net from Orpik, and the Senators lose their check. 3 guys well above the top of the net, and they leave Backstrom all alone behind them. And he doesn't score an awful lot. He's more of a passer than a shooter, and Hammond stuffs him right in tight to the net.
Face off one by Ottawa. Werkosh. He played it off the boards to center ice. They backhanded in okay. Zibanejad comes up and try to find it. He won't. Niskanen behind the net for Washington, and away they go. Little stall at the blue line, though. Now Niskanen steps up himself, gets over the line, passes off the other way. Dangerous play coming in, but broken up and not cleared outside the line. Green tapped at it and kept it in for Washington. Niskanen whipped it around the goal on the other side. Coming up was Johansson. Finally, the Senators get a hold of it, but they don't move it at all. It's still kept in there. Good play, and they're forcing the play now. The Washington Capitals are. After it was Kuznetsov trying to take it away from Ceci. They jam away at it on the boards and finally lift it high down across that Washington blue line. Under 5 minutes remaining in the third period. Capitals of Washington coming on a little stronger, trying to tie the game. Ottawa had a 3-0 lead, and now Mark Stone takes the puck. Boy, he's skating well coming down the ice. Dumped it in off the boards. It's in around the net okay, but the Caps are all back. Brouwer moved the puck ahead. It got to Fear. He is stopped. Brouwer has it. Goes in front of his own net with the pass. And the Capitals organize and get it high down across center. Brouwer brings it in. Dangerous shot. Score! Brouwer has tied the game for the Washington Capitals with 4:10 remaining.
I mentioned the fact that in the 4-on-4 they left Backstrom all alone in front of the net. Some defensive lapses for the Ottawa Senators as this period's winding down. And we'll watch it here. There's Mathot and Ryan. Ryan swings at the puck. Turris jumps up for it, and Carlson stands up. But when Turris jumps up to try to get the puck, his check is Brouwer. And when he misses it, that gives Brouwer inside position, and he takes it right between Turris and Carlson. And it's a 2-on-1 on Mark Mathot. And when you're walking in on a 2-on-1 and you've got the right-hand shot facing the inside of the ice, it makes a huge difference, and he pulls the trigger and he beats Hammond in on the short side, stick side.
Washington now has scored 3 unanswered goals after Ottawa scored 3 unanswered goals to start the hockey game. Mind you, they were on 5 on 3s twice. Here's Christine Simpson.
Well, Bob, it's time for the Budweiser Red Light scoreboard once again. And as we take a look, the Leafs and the Bruins with 5:18 left in the third are still tied. That is on CBC. And tied also Detroit and Minnesota at the end of the third. They're going to overtime on City. Bob?
Face off, not done fairly. It took 2 seconds off the clock and had to put it back. 4 minutes remaining is the correct time. That's what's showing now, and away we go. Face off to the right of Andrew Hammond. Nervous time for Hammond and the Ottawa Senators as the Washington Capitals have come back and tied the game. Brouwer's 21st from Wilson and Carlson at 15:50, the tying goal. Now, Washington forechecking harder. Puck along the boards, and it's centered. No shot coming from Nicklas Backstrom off the heel of a stick. And rolls outside the blue line to center ice. Chiasson couldn't catch up to it. That is Bobby Ryan on the puck. He takes a hit. Got the puck ahead, but Washington will attack. Ovechkin coming on. Ovechkin can't get the shot. Mishandled it, trying to whip it back for the shot. And now Hammond has to stop it from the other side and hang onto it. We are in a tie game at Canadian Tire Centre in Ottawa. You're watching Hockey Night in Canada on Sportsnet.
Trying to secure a playoff spot, and a win would do that, and Troy Brouwer is desperately trying to help them get there. A shootout, big game-winning goal shootout in Montreal. Tonight he had an assist on this goal. He was standing in the crease for it, and then he buries that one to tie it at 3.
And the face-off coming now deep in the Ottawa zone to the left. That is Kuznetsov on the face-off for Washington. Zibanejad for Ottawa. He controlled it only for a moment. Now the Sens pick it up and get it out. Coming down the center, batting it off the boards for Chiasson. Lost it as he got near the blue line. Ottawa starts up again. It is lifted high and wide of the net. Orpik played it behind his own goal. Capitals get organized and come on. Good back checking by Chiasson again to intercept that play. He's off on a change. Puck comes right down to Holtby. In goal for Washington. 2:42 on the clock. That's what's left in regulation time in a game that Ottawa simply must win to stay in that fight for a Stanley Cup playoff spot. It's in deep in their zone. Nathot over after it, misplayed it, gets another chance on it, and gets it ahead. Mark Stone got over center. Fired it ahead. Washington storming back. Ovechkin trying to get inside. And he lost that chance. But he's so dangerous and looking for that break. He's up there again waiting for the puck. It's over the line. They play it by him and indeed by Alzner, the defenseman. Nathot took a blind swing at it. It's knocked down at the line by Green. Got it ahead to Chimera. He shot it in for Eric Fair. He lost it. It came around the net on this side. And Chimera standing right there. He saw it, but it bounced by him and then got high out to center ice. Stolen up there by Lazar. Brought it on for Ottawa. Lazar's alone. Waiting for help. Catching up is Pajot. And they both lose it. And it's cleared out of the zone by the Washington Capitals. Not a good play, though. Knocked back in deep by Borowiecki. Caps are back to pick it up. 1:32 left on the clock in regulation time. Brouwer fighting off a check. Got it back. Played on to by Kuznetsov, and the Senators pick it off. Chiasson racing down. Shoots a long one. Easily stuffed by Holtby, but the rebound is over there, and Bobby Ryan lost possession. Capitals pick it up and come back out. 1:12 left to play. There they go. Kuznetsov is over the line, swinging this way and lost it. It bounced loose back out over the blue line and picked up by Zibanejad. He left it right there at the line. Ryan backed it up and took a hit. We're in the final minute in a 3-3 tie in Ottawa. Played back into the zone by Johansson, and the Capitals are on the move. They've scored 3 goals in a row to tie this game. And now we have 45 seconds remain in regulation time. Down to center is Stone. Brought it in with a long shot wide of the net. Niskanen took a swing at it. It does get out. Washington Capitals on the move. That long shot is wide, but it springs off the boards right back near the line. Ovechkin turned and took a shot, was blocked. 28 seconds left. Stone is out again. He's tired. Long shit for him. Got over the line and made a good play. Ceci played it in. Shot in front. Off the skates of MacArthur, and he was alone. Back out to center ice, Ovechkin. Ovechkin took a shot. It hit a leg, came right back to Stone. He's still on there. Takes the long shot, trying to get off on a change. Only 6 seconds remaining in regulation. Last chance for Ottawa, failed. And the other way, one more shot. Stopped by Hammond as Niskanen drove it up the net from center ice. 3-3 in Ottawa. We've got overtime coming up in this very, very important game in the nation's capital. Welcome back to Ottawa. The first part of this hockey game was owned by the Ottawa Senators. Washington owned the second half. In the third period, they outshot Ottawa 11-4, 30-20 overall in this game before overtime.
It's been all Washington now in the last 2 periods as far as shots and scoring chances, but Ottawa and Clark MacArthur gets a chance to get his second goal and his 3rd point of the night. And unfortunately, the pass from Turris, he has to take off his right skate. It's not in that sweet spot on the left-hand side where he could have buried that. And that was down in the last closing seconds of the 3rd period.
And now overtime, and that means 4-on-4 hockey. And you know, for Washington, number 8 is on the ice. Ready for the face-off now at center ice for overtime. What a game for Washington. They were ahead 3-0. They can't bear to lose or even think about losing this one. Nathot fans on the first pass. Dumped it ahead a little bit. Stone dropped it back. Now Ottawa starting slowly. Nathot with the pass and coming on hard. Coming in, maybe a shot. Too far in to get a shot around the net. Swings it wide, stops over there. He's caught by Carlson of Washington, but Ottawa's on the puck. Turris all the way to the blue line and sets it up over there. Coming in close. One shot is blocked. As Werkosh came off the bench and tried to get that shot through the crowd. There's Ovechkin. He'll gallop away to center ice. Take the boards. Don't let him inside. He made the pass. It got over inside, and he's parked in front of the goalie as it's in there for Orpik. And the captain. Erik Karlsson stopped him. Ottawa just regrouping. Werkosh. Karlsson to center. Dumped away. Ottawa over the line and reaching for that is Zibanejad. Quick shot. Deflected away by Holtby up high.
Well,
The Detroit Red Wing game is in a shootout. In the Toronto-Boston game, the overtime's over. Everyone's biting their nails here. And the Ottawa Senators, who had a 3-0 lead, and the fans here thought maybe this is cruise night. It didn't quite happen that way, but they've still got a chance to get that extra point.
Face-off won by Ottawa. Ceci got it back. Here comes a screen shot. And the goalie saw it somehow. And Hopi hangs on.
He was the hero versus the Tampa Bay Lightning in overtime. Patrick Wierkosh wasn't having the greatest of games, really. Got the puck in overtime and double pump fake and walked in and ripped it past Bishop and just put that one to the net.
Face off, the puck comes all the way to center ice. Played ahead. Ottawa trying to get going again. They're looking a little better here in the start of overtime. And after it is Bobby Ryan. Slammed on the boards in there. The Capitals trying to get the puck out. It's backed up all right by Johansson. Now they swing around with it. The Capitals tying the game to get into overtime, and here we are in this state. And around the net, no centering pass could be made by Johansson, who carried all the way. Now backed it up. Capitals are on the puck. And here, the defenseman Gleason was in deep and took a shot. That comes off the boards to the blue line, and Gleason was back there. He backed it up a little bit. It's still Washington. Johansson fed it back in. They're circling around everywhere, and Backstrom gets set. Back to him. Oh, he had the open side and missed it. It's cleared out. The Senators look a little tired trying to get going down the ice. Hoffman gets in though. The shot is on, and Hopi staggers a little bit, down on one knee, but he hangs on to it.
Great chances at both ends as Hammond gets a nice save here on, looks like Backstrom, who fakes the drop pass and then keeps it himself, walks around, and he gets it one back. A little give and go. Misses the far side, and then Hoffman comes in, and he's going to snap this thing to the net. He's got one of the great releases from the Ottawa Senators, and he traps that in his armpit.
Cleared back to the blue line as Ottawa wins that face-off. Dumped in behind the net. Orpik picks it up, takes a look ahead. Played on the boards, and it's going to be cleared out by Brouwer. Brouwer coming down for Washington, gets in front, and he's stopped by Hammond this time. Down the ice for Turris in this overtime session. He gave it up. It's cleared back down to Fear. He's over the line trying to play it in. No shot yet. It rolled by everybody in front of the net. The defenseman up took a drive, and that's stopped by Hammond. Comes off the boards, and Washington pressing to win the game. Dumped in wide of the net, but the Capitals are on the puck. That'll be played by Johansson back near the line, or that's Brouwer to the other side, and Green, the defenseman, centered it. A break. This is going to be Turris. The crowd is roaring. He's alone. He can win it. He does. Oh, baby. What a finish. Ottawa wins the game on a breakaway goal.
I wasn't sure if he had enough gas, Bob. He gets that from deep in the Ottawa in their own end, and he's kind of at the end of his shift, and he's got to carry this all the way, and they were tracking him down, and I was starting to wonder if he was going to get it off. Good on Kyle Turris. He checks it out. He sees what's coming, and he is going to bury this in the 5-hole. And I'll tell you what, with all the excitement and the fans are loving this, they needed this win. Both Detroit and Boston winning a shootout. They have got to win this game just to keep pace. Carlson comes in, he takes the risk, it gets poked off his stick, and off to the races is Kyle Turris. He can feel the heat from Mike Green coming. He realizes he's got enough time as he looks behind him. He can see Green on his inside, and he just waits it out in 5 holes. Holtby.
Ottawa out shooting Washington finally in the overtime period. But this goal, the 4th shot on goal. Washington had 2, and that one ends the game. Ottawa looking on from the bench, and they're all up and cheering. What a game in Ottawa. The Senators win it in overtime. Wow. Great night tonight.